What seems to have been conveniently forgotten about 2017 was that it saw Labour's biggest vote swing since 1945. But unlike in 1945, when there hadn't been an election for 10 years, Corbyn's vote swing was achieved in 2 years. Under almost any other circumstances, the 2017 result would have guaranteed a win for Labour. Not only a win, but a stonking majority. And yet, in 2017, Corbyn didn't win. Why was that? Well, the Conservative vote share was also up. More people were voting for both parties. And Theresa May got one of the biggest election victories in decades. Corbyn in 2017 got more votes than David Cameron in 2015. He would have won that election. Than Cameron did in 2010. He would have won that election. Than Blair did in 2005. Corbyn would have beaten Blair. He would have also beaten Blair in 2001. He would have almost beaten Blair in 1997. But yet he still loses. Because Theresa May got almost 14 million votes. Theresa May would have beaten Tony Blair in 97. Theresa May would have won any election in the last 3 decades. Why did Theresa May get so many votes? Possibly because she ran an incredibly good campaign and she was an incredibly popular leader, an incredibly great politician. That might be the reason. But I believe it has more to do with Brexit and the fact that a year earlier, millions of people who had never voted before or hadn't voted for years came out in support of the UK leaving Europe. And Theresa May came in as the leader, willing to do this. Now, Labour also took a Brexit position, but much of the party were clearly not behind that. And this was widely known to the public and a big talking point during the election. Come 2019, Corbyn still gets an incredible amount of votes. But in 2019, that wasn't enough. And it was a terrible defeat for Labour. But what's interesting is the narrative before 2017 was that Labour can never go left-wing. They can never reach out to their core voters and move beyond that. They always have to just triangulate between holding on to as much of that old support as they can while not really representing them at all and trying to get a few Tory voters here and there. Well, in 2017, Corbyn not only shored up the Northern Wall seats, he also won massive majorities in Labour's inner city seats in the south, as well as winning over new seats. In 2019, much of this continued, although in areas of the country that voted for Brexit, Labour lost. And yet the narrative is returned to, well, Labour needs to go to the right to win elections.